Hi, my name is Eileen and welcome to my channel Hustle and Slow, where I talk about making money from home for real people. I am a work-at-home mom to 2 small kids. My husband also works at home with me now. I actually started selling on eBay in high school and I stopped selling on eBay because it wasn't a real job, and started back up in 2016 as a stay-at-home mom to my toddler son, who is now 4.5, and I also have a daughter. So it is a great job for stay-at-home moms, and eventually we got to the point where my husband wanted to join me in working from home, and we are building our resale business from home. So today I'm going to talk about what I've learned in selling on eBay for the last 3 years. The first tip is that if you don't list it, it can't sell. And this sounds so obvious and kind of like a dumb thing to learn, but it's true, and a lot of us are notorious for continuously sourcing and not listing everything that we have as soon as we get it, and you're missing your opportunities to sell those items. If you don't immediately list, you could be passing up on a buyer that was looking for it the day after you purchased it. So it's really important to just honestly get everything listed, and it took me a long time to just do the work. Another thing is to not wait too long to list. That goes along with the last thing that I learned. If you wait too long, the value of your item could totally plummet. Waiting even a couple weeks or a month could drop the resale value of your item. So if you looked something up in the store and you know it's worth selling, sell it or list it as soon as you can. You don't want the value of that item to go down, or else you're just gonna make less money. And this next one is a hard one. Sales will always go up and down, always. There's days when we still have 0 days. It's rare these days, but it's happened very recently where we had a 0 day, nothing sold on eBay. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. And you have to get used to kind of the ebb and flow of eBay sales. Sometimes you'll be doing really good for a week and maybe 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden no sales or very few sales. And it's just the way it goes. As long as it doesn't do it for a long time, your sales aren't abnormally slow for a long time, it's not really anything to panic about, and it's something that you just need to get used to and not freak out about. Sourcing well is maybe the most important part of your resale business. You can't just buy anything and hope to sell it. And I'm notorious for trying to save everything because I shop at the Goodwill outlet and I see all the stuff there that I know a lot of it's gonna end up at the landfill, and oh my gosh, it's cute and in good condition. That doesn't mean it's gonna sell. So making sure that you're sourcing well and not just buying things that you like, or just buying things to save it, or buying something because it's a good brand even though it's 20 years old and it's not in style anymore. Make sure that you're sourcing really well. You're looking up comps on items that you're gonna buy, and just source really well. Really be diligent about making sure that you're buying items that people actually want. That is seriously the key. And it took me a long time to really just like learn that and accept it. So make sure you do too. You can literally start reselling for $0. That is how I started my resale business back in 2016. I just started to declutter, and I would look things up on eBay because I had already sold things on eBay in the past. It was easy for me. I looked things up, anything that was gonna sell for like $10 or more, I sold because I was starting with $0. And anytime I made money, I just reinvested that money back into the business, back into more inventory. And I started this business 3 years ago on no money. I did a video all about this, which I will link down below, and I'll actually link in a card above as well. And you can go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Shipping is one of the things that holds the most people back. And I just think it's so funny because don't let shipping hold you back from starting a resale business, from growing your resale business. Shipping is not that scary. And unless you're shipping gigantic boxes, you really can't mess up that bad. I actually did a video a couple of years ago. I do want to refresh it, but I will link that down below as well, and up in a card up here next to my face, so that you can check that out. Shipping is really not that bad. It is a little bit more complicated on eBay than it is on like Poshmark or Mercari because you have too many options, basically. They give you too many options. On Poshmark, you just print the label and go for the most part. So it is a little bit hard to get used to get accustomed to, but it's really not that bad, you guys. Don't let it stop you from starting a business. Here's a really important one. Don't worry about what other resellers are buying. That is people on YouTube. Don't worry about what they're buying, what their hauls are. Don't worry about what the other resellers where you source your inventory are buying. Just focus on what's selling for you, what you're able to find that is going to sell for a good profit. There are so many times where I will go to a rack or a bin that has already been picked through so many times, and I will find stuff to sell. So Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Everybody has different knowledge, different experience. Anytime you go into a store, everybody's looking for something different. So use your knowledge, use your skills, and just keep doing research so that you can expand that knowledge. Okay, so there is a lot of information out there, and there are a lot of people like me giving you information. You just need to remember to choose wisely. I don't care if you're getting free information off of YouTube or Googling things, or if you're paying for a course because you have someone that you trust that you just want to save time and learn a little bit more quickly in a more streamlined format. However you do it, choose wisely and don't get stuck in that weird research period where you're just constantly researching and changing the way you want to do things, because everybody does this differently. And depending on who you listen to, you're going to have a lot of conflicting information, and it just works differently for everybody. So do your research if you need to. Get started is the most important part, and just learn from your experience. Okay, here's another one that was really hard for me, and that is just do the work. And I could also just say, just list it, because listing was so hard for me for like the first year. All I wanted to do was shop. I had piles everywhere and I just didn't want to list it, but you can't sell it if you don't list it. So just getting into the mindset that like you need to do the work and just getting it done instead of overthinking it and thinking about how you don't want to do it and it's going to take so much time and all this crazy stuff. Just sitting down and actually doing it, maybe committing to 5 listings and just doing the work and getting used to just doing the work really is like, it's like a mindset thing. So now it's easy for me to list. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it's just another thing I do, like brushing my teeth or waking up in the morning and making breakfast. It's just another thing that I do. And once I got there, listing became really easy. So just do the work. All right. So another one is that eBay wants more of your money. So believe it or not, promoted listings are going to increase your sales. And yes, you're going to pay more money for promoted listings. Some people might be able to get away without using it and still have amazing sales. If you're selling stuff that's rare or collectible and there's not a bunch of it out there, but for most of us, promoted listings is kind of becoming more and more necessary. I don't love giving eBay more of my money, but I do need those sales. So I'm using it more and more, and I'm just kind of trying to accept it, doing testing here and there to see how much I need to use it, what percentage I need to give eBay, etc. So eBay wants more of your money, and it's just becoming pay to play, and that's just the way it is. So if you don't want to use promoted listings, don't. But I do recommend testing it out and seeing if it increases your sales. So if you bump your price up 10 or 20% to cover those extra fees that you're giving eBay, see if that makes sense or not for your business. I was just talking about how sales forever ebb and flow. You could have amazing sales for a week or two, and then they could just drop off and you don't know why. So it's really important to diversify your income, maybe cross-post on a different platform. We have other sources of income like digital downloads that we sell. We have a rental property. I have a little bit of income from YouTube. We do local sales. So don't just do eBay. If you're relying on this income, then make sure you have 1 or 2 at least other streams of income coming in, so that if eBay drops off for a week or 2, you're not scrambling to find money to pay your bills. So those are just some of the things that I learned from the last 3 years of selling on eBay. It is such a learning experience. Even 3 years in, I'm learning every single day. Things are changing and I still love it. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that this was a good video, that you liked it, and that other people would like it, so it shows it to more people. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.